Shakur Houston. At shooting guard, a 6'3" freshman from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, number 2, Devontae Bandu. At point guard, a 6' sophomore from Wichita, Kansas, number 10, Samaje Haynes-Jones. At small forward, a 6'4" freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, number 11, J.J. Rhymes. And at center, a 7'1" sophomore from Belgrade, Serbia, the man in the middle, number 32, Nikola Šćekić. The Blue Dragons are 20-0, 16-0 in the Jayhawk Conference, and number 2 in the nation. Coached by Steve Beck in his 8th season, assisted by Jay Syriac and Cortland Carney. Officials for tonight's matchup, Rondé Turner, John Moore, and Andrew Fry.
Not very often, Coach Knack, do you get to see two 7-footers matched against each other. Trey Kalina for Coffeyville, and his counterpart for the Blue Dragons, Nick Šćekić. That's 7 foot against 7'1".
That's 14 feet of basketball players just between two players.
That's a lot.
You know, during the national anthem, it occurred to me, we've got the new big screens and the stars and stripes look so beautiful on them. But now I've noticed half the people look to the east and half the people in the arena look to the west as they honor the United States of America.
All right, Trey Kalina awaits. It'll be Shakur Houston that jumps for the Blue Dragons against the 7-footer for Coffeyville. Houston, a real jumping jack at 6'7" for the Dragons. Official steps between the two, and this game is underway, and the tap is controlled by the Blue Dragons. Samaje Haynes-Jones tracks it down, and the Dragons will get first crack at it as they work to the west end of the arena here in the first possession of the game. Ball goes inside to Šćekić, and he turns it over. Stolen away by Malik Keith. Keith races back the other way, quickly pulls up, misses a three-pointer. A rebound by Devontae Bandu, who starts for the injured Poppy Conley. Haynes-Jones has it, backs it out to half court. Right side of the floor, it goes to J.J. Rhymes. Now Houston at the top of the key. Bounce inside to Šćekić, turns, tries to pass it down on the baseline. Another turnover. The Dragons yet to get a shot up. 2 turnovers on the inside.
Post players are drawing a crowd, and Blue Dragons turned it over twice.
Travis Washington bounces it inside to Kalina. Kalina gets his man in the air, and there's a foul on Šćekić. So Kalina will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple as Šćekić picks up the first foul of the game.
7-footer fouling 7-footer.
Kalina, a 62% free throw shooter, gives the Ravens the first lead of the game. And the Blue Dragons make a substitution. Šćekić with that foul comes out. Kai Mitchell comes in. And Kalina hits both free throws, so Coffeyville with a 2-0 start. Dragons look at some backcourt pressure. Bandu doubled up, throws it down the floor to Houston. Houston brings it back to Bandu, who quickly puts up a three. It is good. Devontae Bandu with a three that went all the way around the ring before succumbing to gravity. For Coffeyville, an answering three is missed out of the corner, but saved into the field of play by Malik Keith. And now they turn it over, and a foul called in the backcourt after the Dragons come up with a loose basketball.
Notice the officials are using pink whistles tonight. A week from tonight, it'll be pink out night here at the Hutchinson Sports Arena when Colby comes to town.
Trey Kalina was guilty of the foul, his first. Dragons with a 3-2 lead. Haynes-Jones jumps, top of the key, left it short. Rebound off the floor by Keith. Dragons get back defensively. Keith throws it down, goes behind a Kalina pick, swings it outside to Washington. Down the far side of the floor. The Ravens work it, and they bring it back to the near side to Washington, who drives baseline, got a step on Bandu, who fouled him.
I think the foul was on the floor, so there won't be any free throws.
Coffeyville will inbound baseline right. Ball comes in, goes back to the player who tossed it in. Now back out front, it's Malik Keith. Keith to Washington. Washington lob into Kalina. Kalina works inside, scores over the top of Kai Mitchell. Kalina with all 4 points for Coffeyville. Ravens lead at 4-3. For the Blue Dragons, Mitchell. Now to Houston, works his way inside. Lost it. Rebound, though, is by J.J. Rhymes, and he's good on the follow, and he is fouled. J.J. Rhymes with a rebound of a Houston miss. And a chance for a three-point play. Foul goes against Tedrick Wolf. Rhymes, who shoots his free throws with his body at an angle, misses the charity shot, and the rebound cleaned up by the Red Ravens. 5-4 Hutchinson. Raven basketball. Wolf near side of the floor. Keith back top side. Three in the air. Three rattling around coming out. Missed by Taylor. Rebounded by the Dragons. It is Mitchell bouncing it down underneath. Cutter there. Beautiful play by the Dragons. Tyler Cotton with the lay-in.
Tyler Cotton just checked into the game while Rhymes was shooting a free throw, and he immediately made a positive impact.
Into Kalina it goes. Kalina lost it, got it back, hooks it up, doesn't get it. Tyler Cotton says it's mine, takes it off the glass, gives it to Haynes Jones. And Sawaji flies to the offensive end. Off to the right side to Houston. Houston backing in, whips the pass to the far side. Nice save by Haynes Jones. That was a tough pass to control. Got it back out front, and now an offensive foul call.
Kai Mitchell on the illegal screen.
So the Dragons with 3 fouls early on. 16:55 to go, and a Hutchinson substitution. Quickly in will come Sal Nuhu, and out will go Mitchell.
Nuhu has been battling a little bit of an illness, but he looks good. He's ready to play through it.
Ravens weave it out front, put it in the hands of Washington. Washington goes behind a pick, thought about a three. They bring it over to the far side of the floor, back top side to Keith. Keith can't get a shot up at the free throw line. Plays to Washington, 12 to shoot. Washington behind his back on the dribble. Can't create any space. Now charges into the middle. Lost control of it. Put it up. Doesn't get it. It's tapped around. Dragons track it down. Samaje Haynes-Jones comes up with it. Sideline to JJ. Rhymes back to Haynes-Jones. 3 airborne. 3 short. Rebound Coffeyville. Ravens race it back the other direction. Hutchinson leads at 7-4. Malik Keith behind a pick. And there's an illegal screen on the part of Coffeyville.
That'll wave off a three-point basket and be a turnover.
And it's a second foul on Trey Kalina, the 7-footer. And he'll be replaced in the Coffeyville lineup by Greg Polian, young man from Brooklyn, New York. They give up 6 inches.
Certainly changes the look of the team.
J.J. Rhymes has it on the side. Now Tyler Cotton out front. Now Houston pass down on the baseline to Nuhu. Ball pops up in the air, goes out of bounds. Touched last by Coffeyville.
That ball went so high in the air, it looked like a volleyball. It went about 20 feet in the air.
Dragons inbound just to the right of their basket. Ball comes in the corner. Houston fires it to the inside. Rhymes squirming, puts up a tough shot, couldn't get it. Nicely defended that time by Coffeyville, and the Ravens have the rebound. Travis Washington to Tedrick Wolf. Floater, no good. High to snare it for Hutchinson, Sal Nuhu, and then he throws it away.
That's the 4th turnover committed by the Blue Dragons. Red Ravens have committed 2. The Red Ravens are just 1 of 7 from the field so far. Hutchinson, 3 of 7.
Ball inbounded to Keith. Malik works out between the circles, now accelerates, now backs it out. Brings it out front to Polian. Now Washington drives from the side. His shot is up and good. Travis Washington with a nice driving basket from the right side. High off the window.
Difficult shot. He was able to finish it.
7-6. Samaje Haynes-Jones thought about a three to Nuhu. Hands it back to Jones. Jones on the side, back to Nuhu. Nuhu in close, up with a short range shot, doesn't get it. Rebound, ricochets around. Houston tracks it down way out near the half-court line. Hutchinson hangs on to it. Tyler Cotton Stops at the free throw line to Houston. Houston charges to the basket, lays it up, doesn't get it, got his own rebound, missed that one. Nuhu with a rebound, and finally it goes down for the Dragons. Great offensive board work by Hutchinson. 9-6. It is the Dragons by 3. Malik Keith now drive to the basket. The ball tossed to the side. Washington's 3 ties the game. Travis Washington, he could shoot threes. He's made 31 of them. That one ties the game at 9. Samaje Haynes-Jones for the Dragons splits a couple of defenders. Off-balance shot won't go, but a foul will send Samaje to the free throw line, where he has been terrific. And that foul goes on Greg Polian. His first. Samaje Haynes-Jones.
Whenever the Blue Dragons and the Red Ravens face each other in basketball, it's entertaining.
Haynes-Jones will shoot 2. First one is up, and it is good. That unties the game and gives Hutchinson a 10-9 lead. In for the first time for Coffeyville, Brenton Jarrow, 6'6" freshman from New Orleans. Bandu will return for the Dragons. Second free throw, also good. Hutchinson leads 11-9.
Many times coaches will send a substitute to the scorer's table while a free throw is being shot to enable them to set up their defense after the free throw is made.
Jarrow hands off to Polian. Now it comes for a fall-away 3 to Keith Washington, which he misses. Bandu slices all the way up the floor, lost it. Houston got it back. Houston tosses it to the wing to J.J. Rhymes. Rhymes can't get inside, gives to Houston on the baseline. Whips a pass inside to Bandu, who scores. What a pass from Houston.
Outstanding pass, outstanding cut by Bandu.
13-9 Blue Dragons. 13:40 to go in the first half as Coffeyville takes a jumper from the free throw line, off the mark by Jarrow, rebounded by Hutchinson. Bandu to Rhymes, back to Bandu, top of the key. He'll try his luck with 3. Why not? 3 more for the Dragons, and Bandu has 8. That brings a timeout. 13:26 to go in the first half. Hutchinson by 7. This is a 30-second timeout.
Hutchinson is leading the rebounding battle early in this contest, 12-5, and the Hutchinson Blue Dragons lead the Red Ravens 16-9.
And Devontae Bandu has been pretty good with 8 quick points. For the Ravens, it is Mike Cubbage cross-courting it to Jarrow. Now it's Washington with it. They keep it out on the perimeter. There's Taylor with a drive. A baseline shot doesn't go, and once again it is Houston grabbing a rebound to J.J. Rhymes, and he is fouled on a drive. Let's see if they say he was shooting. He wound up passing to the wing. It's on Mike Cubbage, and they're going to say no shot. Bandu inbounds, tosses it out high to Cotton. Back in the corner, there's a drive by Houston, lost it off his knee, taken away by Coffeyville, run out by Travis Washington. Washington challenges, scoops, and it crawls in.
Another tough shot that Washington was able to make.
Young man from Tulsa, Oklahoma has contributed 7 of the 11 for the Red Ravens. Bandu for the Dragons. Now Houston holds on the outside, lobs it down deep behind everybody. There's a flush by Bandu. Set play by the Dragons. And Bandu with 10, another assist to Houston. Shakur averages about 4 of those a game. Coffeyville trying to find the answer. This Hutchinson team is tough to keep up with. Travis Washington deep out in three-point country. Now comes top of the key. Gives it off to Polian, who jumps one up and in. Greg Polian with about a 16-foot jumper. It is 18-11. Or 18-13, excuse me, as the scoreboard a little slow getting things up. J.J. Rhymes has it, starts a drive, hooks it backwards to Nuhu, who does well to retrieve it. That was a bullet pass. Now Bandu on the right side, circles around. Gives to Rhymes, who puts up a three. This one is too hard. Two Coffeyville players collide, but Travis Washington able to get to it, and behind everybody running the break and scoring are the Ravens. That was a beautiful fast break, finished off by Greg Polian. 18-15, crowd getting a little anxious. J.J. Rhymes dishes it off. Bandu can't get a shot up, brings it back out front. Now drives into the middle to the glass, draws a foul, put it up with the left hand, got fouled. He'll shoot two. Devontae Bandu very active here in the first half.
We're not even 9 minutes into this game. Bandu has already scored 10 and collected 3 rebounds. He's going to the line. He might pick up a couple more points right here.
The foul goes against Brenton Jarrow, his first.
Already 6 team fouls committed by the Red Ravens.
Bandu's free throw is good.
I have to say, Devontae Bandu is grateful for the opportunity to start tonight.
I'm going to bet that before he leaves, there'll be a saying here, Bandu can do. He really has done it so far in this basketball game. Looks for point number 12.
Brenna McClure is a blur, and Bandu can do. I think we're on to some billboard material there.
Second free throw missed, but the rebound lost out of bounds by Coffeyville. It'll stay with the Dragons, who lead 19-15.
Had the opportunity to meet Devontae Bandu's mother when he paid a visit to Hutchinson over the summer. Delightful, delightful people.
Houston throws it inside. A fall away by Bandu doesn't go. And Coffeyville high to grab the rebound. That was Mike Cubbage. Now there's Keith on the near side of the floor. And they reverse it to the opposite side to Cubbage. Nice ball movement by Coffeyville. Dragons staying with them, though, very well defensively. Wolf gives it up to Keith, 8 to shoot. And a jumper from 10 is good. Tough shot by Tedrick Wolf, about an 8-footer. It wasn't really set. Shot a floater, got it to go. 2-point game, deep three-pointer. Tyler Cotton is good. Tyler Cotton with a timely three for the Dragons.
We're watching some good basketball.
22-17 for Coffeyville. Newby off to Malik Keith. Houston comes out on Keith. Ball goes back to Cubbage. And now it is Wolf. Wolf fires it to the corner, and a baseline jump rattles away. Not good on the miss by Polian, rebounded by the Dragons. So Ajay Haynes-Jones to Mitchell, and Mitchell is fouled on the baseline.
10:02 remaining, so probably the next whistle will be the media break.
Second foul on Greg Polian. Won't be any free throws here.
Well, that's the 7th.
Oop, there will be.
Yeah, that's the 7th team foul, so there should be a 1-and-1.
And Kalina will return for Coffeyville as Coach Herkelman, taking a chance, brings his big man back in with already 2 fouls charged to him. Kai Mitchell shoots the 1-and-1. Not close with the first free throw, so there won't be a second. Dragons race to get back defensively. 5-point lead. Houston goes for the steal, can't get it, and then driving down and dishing off at the last minute. Actually, Trey Kalina rebounding a Wolf miss. Kalina scores. 22-19. Dragons play in a corner to Bandu. Bandu darts inside, and a foul call. Foul is called on Bandu, offensive foul. Well, we have a media timeout. Timeout comes with 9:39 to go. Second foul on Bandu. Coffeyville with a basketball when we return in 1 minute. Well, the Blue Dragons with a short lead, 22-19. A little bit of foul problem for coach to work around as Devontae Bandu has picked up 2. He's a replacement for Poppy Conley, who's out with a concussion.
Bandu with 11 points already in this contest and 3 rebounds, so that hurts the Blue Dragons to have to sit him with foul trouble. It jumps out at me, Shakur Justin, normally known for his rebounding and scoring, already has 4 assists in this basketball game.
And a big man handles for Coffeyville out high. That's Kalina. Off to Malik Keith. Now a drive by Cubbage. Cubbage works inside, puts a shot up, got it to roll in for him. Cubbage pulls Coffeyville within 1. Samaji Haynes-Jones on the high dribble for the Dragons. Off to JJ. Tyler Cotton, another 3. Tyler Cotton getting a chance to show what he can do with a couple of 3s and 8 points. Dragons back on top by 4, 25-21. For Coffeyville, Newby tries to drive. Stolen away by Kai Mitchell. He drives down and slams it home.
That's a pretty high percentage shot.
And the Dragons with a bit of a spurt. And what was a 1-point lead all of a sudden quickly becomes 6. For the Ravens, Cubbage to Newby. Now Malik Keith. Keith dancing around. Stops, pops up a jumper, doesn't get it. And a foul on the rebound. Foul on the rebound. Goes against Nick Shekic. And Nick, instead of going to get the rebound, was watching the rebound. He picks up his second foul.
Brings Shakur Justin back to the floor. Justin has not yet scored. He averages 15 points a game and I believe about 10 rebounds a game.
Ravens play it in. It is Malik Keith working across the floor, hooks it backwards to Travis Washington. Washington drives on Haynes-Jones. The ball pops loose. Lead pass ahead to Haynes-Jones. Catches up with it, flies in and slams it home. When the Dragons get in transition, they are amazing. Dragon lead is 8. Coffeyville tries to counter with a 3-pointer. It is missed and a rebound out of bounds to Hutchinson.
Tyler Cotton tugging on his jersey. He's getting a lot of minutes tonight. He's hoping to get a little bit of a breather. We'll see if Coach Eck complies.
Samaje Haynes-Jones controls for the Dragons, comes top of the key, fires up a deep 3, and that goes. Samaje Haynes-Jones with another Dragon 3-pointer, and the Hutchinson lead is 11. Tedrick Wolf off to Taylor. Now Keith out in 3-point land, drives down the lane, dishes it off, and the big guy is inside. His shot blocked from behind and a foul call.
Late whistle.
Foul is on Justin, his first.
He blocked it from behind. A lot of the people in the arena thought it was clean, but the official saw contact.
And the free throw by Kalina is missed. One more coming for the big guy from Gadsden, Alabama.
Good to see Trent Webster getting some action in the first half tonight. Trent Webster, the Hutchinson Salt Hawk, has a little brother who's a sophomore on the Salt Hawk basketball team.
Both free throws missed, and high to claim the rebound, Kai Mitchell. Haynes-Jones, who is Wichita State bound next year, lobs on the high post to Mitchell. And Dragons try to get it inside, turn it over. Stolen away by Washington. Washington drives down, stripped away from him. Nice hustle by J.J. Rhymes. Dragons come up with it. Samaje Haynes-Jones pulls up. As you hear Coach holler patience, Samaje demonstrates nothing of that trait as he turns loose a quick 3.
I hate to chuckle, but as soon as Coach Eck yelled patience, Samaje launched it up from about 20 feet.
To be fair to Samaje, I'm not sure he wasn't in the shooting motion
He probably was.
before the holler.
He probably was.
Ball comes off to Coffeyville. Keith hooks it back to the left side as a whistle occurs away from the basketball. And it's an offensive foul.
Wow, that's his third.
Third one on Kalina. He'll have to come out, and that brings Polian back to the floor. He plays with 2 fouls of his own.
Trent Webster throwing it in. I had the pleasure of coaching with his dad, Ted Webster, for a few years. Great family.
Webster holds on the outside to Haynes Jones to JJ. Haynes Jones drives, forces one up, doesn't get it. A tip misses. Another rebound underneath. And it goes, and a foul will accompany the basket. Strong board work by Kai Mitchell. He'll get a free throw. Foul on Tedrick Wolf is number 2. And the Blue Dragon lead has grown to 13, 34-21.
Blue Dragons playing impressive defense tonight to go along with wonderful offense.
Free throw missed, rebound tapped out front. Dragons keep it, jumper from the side. Bingo! J.J. Rhymes with a baseline jumper. That brings a timeout, and the Dragon lead is 15. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
It's exciting basketball tonight at the Hutchinson Sports Arena. It always is when the Coffeyville Red Ravens come to town. Saltdogs getting the better of it right now, 36-21. 6:28 remaining in the first half.
And the ball belongs to the Red Ravens. Again, Hall of Fame induction ceremony at halftime. We'll have that in its entirety. Malik Keith gives up the basketball to Wolf. Now there's a drive from the left side, a pass to the near corner, back out front, 3 in the air, and good by Malik Keith. Nice ball movement setting up the basket by Keith.
Malik Keith averages 14 points a game. That's his first basket of this game.
36-24. J.J. Rhymes one-hands it off to Samaje. Now comes back out front, now in the corner to Webster. Webster goes down inside. Nice look by Webster. Basket by Kai Mitchell. Nice assist by Trent Webster. 38-24. Backing in for Coffeyville. Polian scores in the paint. Greg Polian with his third basket, 6-point, makes it 38-26. Haynes Jones for the Dragons. Thinking about a three. Doesn't take it. To Rhymes. Rhymes goes behind a pick. Plays back. Jumper from the free throw line is missed. And a rebound snared by Jordan Taylor for Coffeyville. Taylor wings it to Travis Washington. Back out front it goes. That is Taylor. His shot rolls in. Jordan Taylor makes it 38-28 as Coffeyville tightens it up just a bit. Dragons had a 15-point lead. Now Houston handles out front. Off to Haynes Jones. Now it's Rhymes. Back to Haynes Jones. Thought about a three. Comes back to J.J. Rhymes jumps from long range. Yes. A long two-pointer by Rhymes. Hutchinson back on top by a dozen, 40-28. 4:30 to go in the first half. There's a step back jumper missed by Taylor. Rebounded by the Dragons. J.J. Rhymes shovels it to Haynes Jones. Jones back out front. J.J. for three. Not there. Rebound Travis Washington tracked it down. He runs back the other direction. Angles all the way to the corner. Plays out front to Taylor. Cross court. Now down inside. Backing in. Jumper in the lane is missed by Wolf. Rebounded by the Dragons. Shakur Houston jump stop, fires it to the corner. Webster thought about a three, should have taken it because he traveled.
All the Hutchinson fans in the arena wanted to see Trent Webster pull the trigger and take the shot. He caught it in that same spot earlier. Everyone wanted him to take the shot, and he found Kai Mitchell wide open underneath and dished the assist to him.
Fatir Hines now into the Dragon lineup, replacing Kai Mitchell. Hutchinson 40-28, under 4 to play. As Washington accelerates, and his shot is swatted out of there. Swatted up in the stands by Fatir Hines, who said, hey, I'm on the floor. I can do this stuff too. It'll be inbounded by Coffeyville to the right of the Raven basket. There's quite an assemblage of athletes there. The Dragons go to sleep as cutting down the side of the lane. Malik Keith handles the pass from inbounds and scores. 40-30. Samaje Haynes-Jones flips it to J.J. Rhymes. Rhymes accelerates all the way to the glass. Missed it. But there for the follow. Fatir Hines saying, I could play on the offensive end too. Fatir Hines, pretty impressive first 20 seconds on the floor for the young man from Newark. Coffeyville gets it down deep, but the pass not handled cleanly. Polian can't get a shot up. They have to bring it out front. Keith trying to create space, hands it off for a three-pointer that is off the mark by Devontae Robinson. Long rebound saved by Polian. Ravens hang on to it. Now it is Keith, right side in the corner, and a foul called. A foul called on whom? It's going to go on the Dragons.
It was away from the ball.
Foul on Webster.
7th team foul committed by the Dragons, so that will send Malik Keith to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Keith has 5 points to his credit with a chance to add to it. First one is good. And Coach Eck is saying that's the wrong shooter. And Trent Webster saying the guy I fouled is sitting down at the other end of the court.
Well, let's see how the officials will deal with this one. They've sent the players to the sideline while they meet.
When you get a confession, don't you listen to it? Trent Webster saying, hey, I fouled that guy down there.
Yeah, that confession was not under duress either.
And you don't suppose it has anything to do with the fact that the guy down there shoots 54% at the free throw line.
You know, I've always felt like you could probably get away with sending the wrong player to the line frequently. It's a hard thing for the officials to keep track of.
Well, Malik Keith went up there to shoot the free throw. He's a 73% shooter. Trent says, I fouled Greg Polian. He's 54%.
We're going to test Coach Herkelman's integrity because the official is just going to ask Coach Herkelman, hey, who really got fouled? And Coach Herkelman is a man of integrity.
No. All right, they're going to send, well, they're going to put Devontae Robinson up there.
Yeah.
Did they wipe out the point?
They do. They're saying pretend that last free throw just never happened.
All right, Devontae Robinson shoots and misses, and the rebound to Houston.
It made a difference.
Samaje with the basketball, 2:50 to play in the first half, 42-30 Dragons. Haynes-Jones top of the key, J.J. Rhymes on the side, there's a travel. Well, there's been a lot of travels in that particular part of the floor.
Took a jab step and dragged his pivot foot in the process.
Tyler Cotton comes back into the game for the Dragons at his earliest opportunity. There's a pass across the lane, beautifully set up by Keith. And Polian scores again in close. 42-32. Webster, Haynes-Jones, now J.J. Rhymes all out in three-point country. Webster, good three-point shooter at Hutch High. Doesn't pull the trigger, had an opportunity. Houston will from the free throw line. It is good. Shakur Houston with his first points of the game. I'm sure his mother is listening, as she typically does in Patterson, New Jersey. He has focused on assists and rebounding in this game. There's a drive by the Ravens and a blocking call on Hutchinson. Call goes against Fatir Hines. And to the free throw line will go Jordan Taylor. He'll shoot 2. Coffeyville just kind of hanging around.
Free throw shooting's a little bit of a problem for Coffeyville right now.
Not doing particularly well. Taylor with the miss on the first of 2. Will shoot another. And this one is good. 44-33, Hutch. Dragons against pressure. Shakur Houston brings it up the floor. Houston drives down and is fouled. Well, Shakur is not really noted that much as a ball handler. Didn't do a bad job as he drove it to the basket and picked up a foul. That one called on Devontae Robinson.
Shakur is a basketball player. He's got a whole arsenal of skills in his bag of tricks.
And he hits the free throw. Third point of the half for Shakur. Again, Hall of Fame ceremonies at halftime. We'll be taking a 1-minute timeout. Second free throw missed, and a rebound out of bounds to Coffeyville. We'll be taking a 1-minute timeout and come right back for that ceremony. We'll have it in its entirety. Steve Carpenter, the SID at HCC, will be the master of ceremonies. Ravens, Washington, plays it to the far side of the floor. Malik Keith can't get a shot up, gives it to Taylor, and there's double dribble. So the Dragons get it back. 95 seconds to go in the first half. Tyler Cotton will inbound. And let's see if the Dragons can add to a 45-point half already. Cotton out near the half-court line. Looks at the defense. To Rhymes, to Houston. Houston down inside. Maneuvering for a shot. And being fouled is Fatir Hines. Put it on the floor. Might have been better served to not do that, but he'll get free throws anyway.
Second foul committed by Devontae Robinson. Blue Dragons average 95 points a game. They're certainly on pace to achieve that again tonight.
Free throw is missed by Hines. He'll have another. And this one is good. So Fatir Hines with his third point and a short stay on the court here in the first half. Makes it 46-33. Coffeyville working around the perimeter. Way out front to Washington. Washington works to the right side. Tyler Cotton does a nice job. Goes to the free throw line. Polian misses a jumper. Nice rebound by Devontae Robinson. Offensive board keeps in the hands of the Ravens. We're inside a minute to go. There's a drive by Washington. Teardrop doesn't go. Houston high to snare the rebound. And Houston brings it up. Gives it off to Haynes Jones. Haynes Jones rifles it underneath. What a look. But traveling called on Fatir Hines. That was a bullet pass to the inside.
Yeah, I think the pass caught Fatir a little bit by surprise, and then he shuffled his feet.
Coffeyville's basketball. Malik Keith challenging Haynes Jones. The ball knocked loose, and Haynes Jones got a foul. He didn't believe it. That won't change it. First foul on Samaji. But back to the free throw line go the Ravens in the person of Malik Keith.
Ninth team foul committed by the Dragons, so it'll be a 1-and-1. And this is the appropriate shooter this time.
Yep. And it is good. He earns the bonus. Second free throw is also good. 46-35, 34 seconds to go. About 4 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. Dragons throw long, bad pass. J.J. Rhymes underthrows. Coffeyville gets it, and a quick three is missed. Scramble for the rebound. Ravens track it down. Polian, he is a piece of work, and he scores inside. He has been very impressive off the bench with 10. 46-37. Samaji Haynes-Jones accelerates, drives into the paint, misses. And the rebound is lost out of bounds. Oh, they're going to call a foul on the Dragons. Thought the rebound was just lost out of bounds they called a foul on Fatir Hines for bodying up. The Dragons have not handled the last 2 or 3 minutes of this first half very well. A once 15-point lead is down to 9, and Robinson can shorten it further. Free throw missed.
About 8 minutes ago, it looked like the Blue Dragons were poised to pull away, but the Red Ravens have come battling back.
One more shot, and it is good. So the lead is 8, and the Dragons have 4 seconds. Samaji Haynes-Jones drives down all the way to the basket, puts it up. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. Coach Eck pleading his case, saying foul, foul, no foul. We'll take a 1-minute break, a quick break. We'll be right back. So we're going to pick up now the Hall of Fame ceremony. Steve Carpenter, SID of Hutchinson Community College, will be the MC. Members of the Hutchinson Quarterback Club assembling at the center of the court.
It's a sea of red on Hall of Fame induction night. We have all of the quarterback club members coming out, and most of them wearing their Blue Dragon red shirts. That red tradition started by Coach Sam Butterfield,
who is really missed. What a gentleman he was. Here's Steve Carpenter.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Master of Ceremonies, HCC Sports Information Director, Steve Carpenter.
Thank you and good evening. And welcome to 2017 HCC Quarterback Club Hall of Fame induction. When you look at this class, the word transcendent comes to mind. Transcendent is something you've never seen before through adverse circumstances. And our induction class tonight epitomizes that. When you think about it, Mariana Bloom was the best player that ever played here. Rhonda Shirley built this program from the depths of the ashes of really bad volleyball. Lonnie Crittenden showed us it was really cool to catch the football when it was time to run. And Tracy Geisel was our very first women's track national champion and All-American. And we'll talk about all that in just a moment. But first, I would like to introduce our Hutchinson Community College President, Dr. Carter File.
Thanks, Steve. Good evening. On behalf of Hutchinson Community College's Board of Trustees, our faculty, and our staff, it's my pleasure to welcome you tonight to the Hutchinson Community College Quarterback Club Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It's a great evening to be here. I want to thank the Quarterback Club for making this event possible. They're the ones that sponsor this, and they're the ones that select the candidates. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the inductees. They are the ones that that make Blue Dragon athletics truly, truly great. I want to introduce them tonight, and you'll hear their names all night long, but Rhonda Shirley, Lonnie Crittenden, Tracy Geisel Neely, and Mariana Bloom, who could not be here this evening. So again, on behalf of a grateful Blue Dragon Nation, thank you for everything that you've done for Blue Dragon athletics. These folks exemplify, they're truly great examples of true blue excellence in Hutchinson Community College athletics. So we can move on this evening. I'm just going to thank you one more time and congratulate you all on this great honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. File. This time, we would like to introduce the Hall of Famers who are already in. They're right behind us. Terry Masterson, Pat Becker, over at the table, Rusty Hilst, Ted Crank, Dick Geisel, and Tom Worthing. Thank you all for being here. If you're fortunate to see Mariana Bloom play volleyball here, you saw something that you haven't seen before and never saw again. Power, grace, and more power in a very focused attitude epitomized Mariana Bloom. Her Blue Dragon debut, she had 21 kills, 7 digs, and 4 ace serves. And we talk about ace serves, the most powerful jump serve ever seen in this arena by any player, no matter what. She played on the Dream Team of 2004 that went through the regular season 40-0, went 43-1, and finished 5th in the nation. She was a 2-time All-American, both NJCAA and AVCA. She holds 15 career season or match records, including 1,225 kills, 1,242 digs, 317 aces. Those numbers have yet to be approached since Mariana played here in 2004 and 2005. She went on to play at Oklahoma, at the 4-year level and has played professionally in Puerto Rico, Argentina, and Spain, and is now back in her native Brazil. Mariana couldn't be here. We are going to post a video she sent to us thanking Hutchinson, thanking Coach Shirley, and all you supporters of Blue Dragon Volleyball. We'll have that put up on our Blue Dragon Facebook page later this evening. Again, Mariana, we know you couldn't be here. We know you're here in spirit, and welcome to the class of 2017. Mariana Bloom. For our next inductee, I wanted you to remember what it was like last March in here when we were playing in the national championship game. Let's say, I know the outcome wasn't what we wanted, but let's say we forced overtime, and then another, and then another, and another, and another. Can't imagine, the players would probably be all pretty tired. I know all you as fans would have no fingernails. But Tracy Geisel had to do that to win a national championship in 1982. A head-to-head jump-off. Think about this, a head-to-head jump-off with one other person for the national championship that lasted more than an hour, going on two heights, 5'8", 5'7", 5'8", 5'7", and it lasted more than 13 jumps before Tracy finally achieved her goal of a national championship. Before that, she had been national runner-up twice in the high jump, once in the outdoor her freshman year and indoor, and she was very driven to win the national championship. Her outdoor mark of 5 feet 8 1/2 inches remains the school record. It has been matched only once. Her indoor record of 5 foot 8 is still the record, and that was set back in 1982. The neat thing about Tracy and Mariana, they become the very first two female athletes inducted into the HCC Quarterback Club Hall of Fame. And one more first for Tracy. She also becomes the first second-generation Blue Dragon Hall of Famer, joining her father, Dick. At this time, presenting a ceremonial engraved clock is HCC Quarterback Club President Kevin Adelhart. Let's hear it for 2017 Hall of Fame inductee Tracy Geisel Neely. Lonnie Crittenden was, well, let me put it this way. A lot of us remember Cordero Patterson. This was the original Blue Dragon receiver. He came to Hutchinson in 1969, played with two other Hall of Famers, coached by three Hall of Famers, and the 1969 team went undefeated, won the conference, and went to the Sterling Silver Bowl. But it was in 1970 where Lonnie transcended the position of receiver at Hutchinson Community College. He became the program's very first 1,000-yard receiver with 1,209 yards. There's only been two other Blue Dragons that have reached 1,000 yards since then. He had 54 receptions in 1970, 12 touchdowns. All three of those numbers led the nation. And he was also number 2 in punting with an average of better than 45 yards per punt. He was named an All-American by the NJCAA and J.C. Gridwire. And a little notation beyond that, J.C. Gridwire put out a story on the best junior college football players prior to 1980. Lonnie Crittenden was on that list. Lonnie held every receiving record the Blue Dragons had for 41 years until that Patterson guy knocked a few of them off. And he's still the single season record holder for receptions, yards per catch, yards per game. And he also ran track here, and Terry Masters would tell you, he posted several times between 9.7 and 10.1 in the 100-yard dash. That's pretty fast. Lonnie went on to the University of Texas, El Paso, and went on to play professionally for a season in the World Football League with the Orlando Blazers and later the Chicago Fire. He now has a very successful private practice going, and he's also ran in more than 50 triathlons. So Lonnie has stayed in shape all these years. You said 50? Was it 50? Mm-hmm. So. At this time, President Kevin Adelhart would like to present an engraved clock to 2017 Hall of Fame member Lonnie Crittenden. Can we give you one more image to put in your mind? Prior to when Rhonda showed up here, we didn't play the volleyball matches going this way. The home court was on this west court going this way. Now, prior to Rhonda Shirley arriving as volleyball coach in 1998, Hutchinson Volleyball in the 6 years previous produced 30 wins. That's only 5 wins per season. Just 6 years later, imagine from this aisle all the way around to that aisle full of fans watching a volleyball game. Rhonda Shirley did that. Her first season at Hutchinson, she went 18-28, but more importantly, won the program's first conference match in 5 years. Year number 2, 28-18, a few more conference wins. Then 30-win seasons became pretty regular, and then deep runs into the postseason became even more regular with 3 consecutive trips to the Region 6 championship game in 2001, 2, and 3. And then came 2004. Again, I mentioned it before with Mariana, but a season like none other. From 2004 to 2009, Hutchinson Volleyball won more matches than any Jayhawk Conference school, including 5 Region 6 championships, 4 Jayhawk West championships, 5 trips to the national tournament, including 5 placings. Rhonda coached 39 all-conference players and 9 All-Americans. Her record at Hutchinson, a program record 347 wins and 157 losses. And she is the reason why Blue Dragon Volleyball we get to enjoy today, because Rhonda Shirley brought it from the depth of the ashes of the abyss, and we have championship volleyball because of Rhonda Shirley. So at this time, Kevin, would you please present Rhonda her engraved clock? 2017 Hall of Fame inductee, Rhonda Shirley. Some of Rhonda's former players showed up to surprise her. Funny thing was, they're right across the hall from each other at the hotel, so they've been staying hidden, hiding out so Rhonda didn't see them. So, as you can see, a transcendent group of 2017 inductees, a fabulous group, and we are sure proud to have them here. Again, Mariana, we wish you were here, but we know you're here in spirit, and we're with you. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's hear it for the HCC Quarterback Club Hall of Fame induction class of 2017.
All right, the Hall of Fame class of 2017 induction ceremonies handled beautifully by Hutchinson Community College SID Steve Carpenter. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with the We'll be back now with the USD 308 activities report. That's Friday night. Saturday night we'll be back with the Medicine Shop game capsule. That in 2 minutes. Halftime at the Hutchinson Sports Arena, and time for the Medicine Shop game capsule. The Medicine Shop, that wonderful little pharmacy you'll find at 14th and Main. If you're looking to change pharmacies, you'll be astounded how easy it is. Just give the folks at the Medicine Shop a call. They'll take care of everything else. Get your prescriptions transferred over. It's painless, folks, really painless. 620-663-7681. 620-663-7681.
Well, we're about to start the second half at the Sports Arena. Let's get the points in. Devontae Bandu with 11 points leads all scorers in the first half. Other scores for the Blue Dragons: Shakur Houston with 3. Tyler Cotton scored 8 points. Fatir Hines with 3. Samaje Haynes-Jones scored 7. J.J. Rhymes 6. Sal Nuhu 2. Kai Mitchell with 6. That's 46 points for the Blue Dragons, who were 18 of 32 from the field, including 5 of 9 from three-point range. Leading the scorers for the Red Ravens, Greg Polian scored 10 points. Malik Keith with 7. Mike Cubbage with 2. Travis Washington scored 7. Tedrick Roof with 2 points. Jordan Taylor scored 3. Trey Kalina with 6. And Devontae Robinson scored 1. Red Ravens were 15 of 36 from the field, just 2 of 9 from three-point range. Both teams struggled from the free throw line. Red Ravens 6 of 11. Blue Dragons 5 of 11.
So at halftime, still somewhat of a competitive contest. It's the number 2 team in the country, the Blue Dragons, with an 8-point lead. We're going to take one final 60-second break. We'll return with the second half. Both teams back on the court. We're just about ready to start the second half. The Blue Dragons, who had at one point a 15-point lead in that first half. And now all of a sudden it's 8, still with work to do. But this Blue Dragon team has shown us what it is capable of doing. Playing without James Poppy Conley. Devontae Bandu came in Conley's place, was red hot early on, then got himself a couple of foul problems. And when Devontae went to the sideline, it's kind of when the Dragons let things slip just a little bit. Still an 8-point lead.
Tyler Cotton put in some good minutes tonight also, 8 points in the first half. It's one of those strange halves where the Dragons shot it better from the field than they did from the free throw line. 56% from the field, 45% from the free throw line.
Do want to pass along one NCAA basketball score. If you haven't heard, University of Kansas won at Kentucky. That's only the second loss for Kentucky in that building in the last 3 seasons. Big win for the Jayhawks, who are coming off a disappointing performance at Morgantown, West Virginia. Coffeyville starts the second half with a basketball. Down 8, there's a drive by Keith, tosses it back out front. Now it's in the hands of Washington. He puts up a 3. It's no good. Long rebound is controlled by Bandu. And Bandu glides to the free throw line, gives to Shekic, who wasn't really expecting it, but handled it all right. Now Houston has it on the wing, and now out front to Haynes-Jones.
Blue Dragons have done a nice job moving the basketball.
Haynes-Jones dishes off to Shekic, and that's the 5th assist that was Shakur Houston to Shekic for the basket. 5th assist for Shakur.
Blue Dragons have 12 assists in this game.
There's a little teardrop missed. Rebound caroms out in the corner. Getting to it first to Justin Taylor for Coffeyville. He challenges the basket and misses. Oh my, that's got to be that's a mugging. A mugging as Trey Kalina comes down over the back of Houston. That's a call that a blind man could make.
Well, the mugging resulted in an alternate possession instead of a foul. They called it a...
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'll refrain from further comment.
Back to the action.
There's worse. There's lots worse than that, I guess. Dragons play inside. There's a deflection and a turnover. Hutchinson a little bit sloppy here early on, and a run to the basket and an easy two. Washington dishing off to Tedrick Wolf for the lay-in. 48-40. Hutchinson with the lead, but not yet secure. Bandu guarded out front by Washington. Houston goes down to Shekic. Shekic, little hook shot, rolls in.
Nice
hand hook.
It was a very nice drop step used by Shekic.
50-40. Dragon advantage is 10. Coffeyville working it, what we'd call in baseball, around the horn. Now Keith drives to the right side, top of the key. It's Wolf, can't get a shot up. Takes it to the side. Polian tempted, doesn't take the shot, looking inside. Now plays back out front, 5 to shoot, goes inside, back outside, 3 to shoot, long three, no. Long rebound, Coffeyville collects it. Coffeyville doing a nice job with rebounding here early in the second half. Ravens hang on to it. There's a drive by Keith, lost a handle on it. Taken by Haynes Jones. Haynes Jones throws it up the floor. Houston can't track it down. Another Dragon turnover. Washington races back for Coffeyville. Challenges, underhand scoop, athletic move by Washington to make it 50-42. Dragons need to do a little better job of taking care of the basketball.
Washington was in the air a long time. He went to the reverse layup.
There's a errant pass tracked down by Bandu and a foul called on Coffeyville. Foul is on Washington. Dragons will inbound, baseline right. Comes in underneath J.J. Rhymes, can't get a shot up. Nice interior defense. Coffeyville takes away the miss. Washington dishes back, and there's a three-pointer. It is good. It is good by Malik Keith. Don't look now, but the Dragon lead, once 15, is 5. And Coffeyville is inspired. And the Dragons need someone to make a play.
It was a long halftime, well worth it, but it could have affected the Blue Dragons.
Shekic tries to drive inside, leaves the ball behind, taken away by Coffeyville. There's a run out at the other end, and another Coffeyville basket by Washington. Timeout, Hutchinson. The second half starts with a big run by Coffeyville. Ravens within 3. We're back in half a minute.
Well, a good start to the second half by the visiting Coffeyville Red Ravens. They've closed the gap. The score was 46-38 at halftime. Now with 16:40 remaining in the game, it's 50-47. The Blue Dragons still lead it by 3.
Nick Shekic comes out during the timeout. In for the Blue Dragons. Right now, it's Bandu, Haynes Jones. JJ drives inside, gets fouled. He'll shoot a couple. Shakur and Kai Mitchell are the others for Hutchinson. A couple of free throws coming for JJ Rhymes.
When did I call a timeout? When did I call a timeout?
It's showing you have 5 left, Coach.
Huh? Oh, I think that wasn't mine. That was your timeout.
There's a discussion about
It was their timeout.
timeouts. Resolved, I think, to everybody's satisfaction. As official came over and said, kind of said, this is the way it's going to be.
Well, Coach Eck was questioning whether he called that most recent timeout or Coffeyville, and the official said, Coach, Hutchinson called that timeout.
Free throw by Mitchell, by Rhymes is up and good. 51-47. Dragons with work yet to do. Second free throw, good. 8 points for Rhymes in the game. Hutchinson by 5. Keith, Coffeyville playing with a lot of motivation. Now they go inside. Kalina working his way in, puts it up and in. That's just a muscle job by Trey Kalina.
Absolutely. Looked like he wanted to dunk it, but he muscled it in.
Dragons working on the baseline. Now it is Houston having it out front. Houston goes inside. JJ works inside. 2 more free throws coming. Rhymes. Jordan Taylor says, what am I supposed to do?
Well, that's 2 trips and 2 fouls against Jordan Taylor that J.J. Rhymes has drawn. J.J. Rhymes he's good at attacking the basket.
A good player can make you wonder what you can do. Free throw is good by Rhymes. Third in a row here in the second half. Hutchinson leads it 53-49 and now 54-49. Now the Dragons need some defensive stops. Washington shovels it off. Now it comes backwards to Wolf. He drives inside, misses. And Kai Mitchell rebounds. Off to Haynes Jones. Sideline to Rhymes. Now down on the baseline, it's Houston. Houston working his way into the paint. Put a shot up, didn't get it. No foul called. Coffeyville the rebound ahead to Washington. He drives. His shot is rejected out of bounds by Haynes Jones. Samaji with a marvelous defensive play.
That's the third time Travis Washington attacked the rim on the full speed fast break. That time, Samaje Haynes Jones decided to stop it.
Kalina comes out. Greg Polian comes in. Polian's already scored 10 in the game. Coffeyville inbounds to Malik Keith. Keith goes behind a pick, works to the right. Gives it off to Jordan Taylor. Now it comes on the near corner to Keith. Keith circles out front, puts up a long-range jumper, not close. Rebounded by Coffeyville. Ravens are getting their share of offensive boards here in the third quarter. Let's see if it costs the Dragons. There's a shot missed from the corner and a tie-up on the rebound. And the arrow leaves it with Coffeyville, so in effect it becomes another offensive rebound.
Let's go, White. Let's push up.
Dragons are normally a tremendous rebounding team, but Coffeyville playing with a lot of enthusiasm here early in the second half. Hutchinson leads 54-49. Malik Keith, top of the key. Now comes back left side, faking the shot as Wolf drives in a little closer, puts up a floating hook shot, and got it. 3-point game, 54-51. Houston handles for the Dragons. Houston tries to drive inside, almost lost it. Gives it to Samaje Haynes Jones, launches a three. Good. Big three-pointer by Samaje. Stretches the Hutchinson lead to 6. Samaje Haynes Jones now with 45 made threes on the season. There's a drive by Keith, cut off pretty effectively. Now he gets loose, shot blocked. Oh, rolls in. Give the basket to Malik Keith. Looked like it was going to pop out, stayed on the rim and toppled backwards. 4-point game. Samaje Haynes Jones challenges, plays it back to Houston, corner left. Houston drives baseline and stepped on the end line.
15th turnover committed by the Blue Dragons.
Team that doesn't average very many turnovers. Coffeyville's come into the arena and played Hutchinson really, really well. And Coffeyville can pull it even closer as Washington tries to score it inside, plays backwards instead. There's Taylor, floater on the baseline, rolls away, long rebound, again to Coffeyville. Dragons can't get their hands on a carom. Coffeyville hangs on to it, down just 4. Malik Keith spins at the top of the key, backwards to Washington, works to the right side of the floor, tosses it inside, and Houston knocks it out of bounds. Coffeyville will inbound with 14 to shoot. Mike Cubbage comes in for the Ravens.
At halftime, both teams had the same number of rebounds. In the second half, Coffeyville has out-rebounded Hutchinson by 5.
Ravens getting in the corner for a three. That is good by Travis Washington. All right. A once 15-point lead now is 1. 57-56. Time for the number 2 team in the nation to go to work.
The fans are certainly urging the Blue Dragons on.
Kai Mitchell plays back to Van Du, drives inside, hits a floater. Van Du with his first points of the second half. Timeout taken, 13-13 to go in the basketball game. It is Hutchinson by 3, Coffeyville with a basketball. We return in half a minute.
That rebounding edge coming out the second half for the Coffeyville Red Ravens has helped them chip away at that lead. Van Du got a big basket right before that timeout. The Blue Dragons lead at 59-56.
Raven basketball, and Travis Washington, who has played well with 14. He controls, leaves it for Cubbage. They weave it out front. There's a long 3. It is missed by Washington. Rebounded by the Dragons. Van Du drives inside, got too far under, and a couple players get tangled up, and the official stopped play. That might be a Hutchinson's advantage because Coffeyville was racing the other direction. They're going to say, though, it's out of bounds to Hutchinson. Dragons will play it in. Leading by 3. Out high to Devontae Van Du. Van Du, near side of the floor to Rhymes. Back to Van Du for 3. No. Nice rebound, juiced, and then it's wrestled away from him by Jordan Taylor. Now Travis Washington draws a foul, and that'll be the 3rd on Van Du. Van Du picks up his 3rd foul, and that'll bring Tyler Cotton back to the floor. And that's too bad because the Dragons have been a different team with Van Du in there.
Van Du with 13 points. He's certainly been making valued contributions.
Tyler Cotton did the same in the first half, though, with 8 points. We'll see what happens here. Cubbage on the left side of the floor for Coffeyville. Into the paint, tosses it back to the right, and the jumper is good by Greg Polian. His 12th point. It's a 1-point game. Hutchinson 59, Coffeyville 58. Houston handles. Backing in. Help comes. Houston drives inside, can't get it. Fights to get the rebound. Got it back. That's Kai Mitchell fighting to get it back, and Mitchell is fouled.
There was certainly a crowd in the paint fighting for that rebound. Kai Mitchell came away with it. He'll get rewarded as he was fouled on his follow shot attempt.
It is the 3rd foul on Devontae Robinson. Dragons need to start making free throws, and it'll have to be on the next one because that one is missed. Kai Mitchell is 0 for 3 at the free throw line tonight.
Kai wasn't in very good balance on that attempt. He was falling across the line, trying to stay behind it, so it wasn't a lane violation.
Second free throw short. Wow. Coffeyville comes away with a rebound. Chance for the Ravens to take the lead in this basketball game. Devontae Robinson left side of the floor to Newby, and a whistle and a foul on Hutchinson.
It's away from the ball.
Kai Mitchell now has 3 fouls. The Dragons starting to work themselves, and I stand corrected. That is 2 fouls on Mitchell.
He was defending in the post, grabbed his man.
There's a knockaway. Tyler Cotton got his hands on it. Ahead to Houston. Houston driving down, can't get it to go. He's fouled on his run to the basket. That'll be foul number 4 on Devontae Robinson. And Houston will shoot 2 with the Dragon lead just 1. Teams the second half of the go-round through the conference starting to play Hutchinson a lot better than they did in the first. Houston hits the free throw. First of 2.
Before the season started, we knew it would be a grueling measure of each team in the conference throughout the region. It certainly has been fun to watch, though.
Houston will have another. Hutchinson 60, Coffeyville 58. Second free throw bounces around, comes out, and Coffeyville's Tedrick Wolf rebounds. To Keith. Keith takes it to the right, plays it to Cubbage. Keith gets it back. Gives it up now to Tedrick Wolf. Now it is Newby with it out front. Newby puts one up, off the back iron, scramble for the rebound, won by Mitchell. Mitchell comes out, lobs it ahead to J.J. Rhymes, dances into the paint and gets fouled as he goes. 2 shots coming. So the Dragons going back to charging the basket. And if they can start hitting some free throws, it would be very helpful. J.J. Rhymes, who's made 4 in a row, shoots 2 here. First one is good. The foul was on Jordan Newby, just his initial foul.
J.J. Rhymes, the only Blue Dragon shooting free throws well. Samaje Haynes-Jones also is 2 for 2.
But the miss on the second free throw gives Coffeyville the ball in a 1-possession game and 11:10 to go. Handling out high is Kalina. Now gives it up to Newby. Now left side of the floor, Cubbage. Cubbage bounces down on the baseline, tracked down there by Tedrick Wolf, works into the paint, floater good. Tedrick Wolf doing a nice job. And it's a 1-point game, 61-60. Houston has it in the corner for the Dragons. Ball fake, backing in, has the ball knocked loose, retrieves it, and is fouled. Turn in a minute.
I don't keep the running total here. Let me check. coming back out of the media timeout. We're at 63-60 here at the Hutchinson Sports Arena. This is some exciting basketball. We're really watching Division I NCAA basketball, but it's only for freshmen and sophomores.
A couple of talented basketball teams battling, and Mike Cubbage can tighten it to a 1-point game if he hits both free throws. And Cubbage, a pretty good free thrower. First one is good. This has been an impressive comeback for Coffeyville. Once down 15.
Coffeyville has a team of winners. They're used to competing.
Second free throw is good by Cubbage. And the Dragon lead is 1, and Coffeyville showing full court pressure. High pass gets away. It's loose. Tracked down by the Blue Dragons, and a shot up and missed by Nuhu, who did a remarkable job just to get to a deflected pass. The foul is on Kalina, his 4th. And now to the free throw line, Sal Nuhu. Sal Nuhu flips the free throw up. Well, he banked it in.
How about that? Well, as long as you shoot the ball straight, you have a chance of making it. He shot it straight. He shot it a little hard, but it worked.
One more shot for the young man from the Bronx, New York. Every point precious in this game. Second one is perfect. So 2 at the line for Nuhu, who made quite a play just to retrieve an errant basketball. Malik Keith drives. Samaji stays right with him. There's a drive to the inside. Shot missed. Another offensive rebound by Coffeyville. Shot missed, and finally a Dragon rebound off the miss by Polian. It was Bandu that pulled it down. Now JJ Rhymes drives into traffic. Short range shot rolls in. JJ Rhymes makes it 67-62. Hutchinson with a little bit of space. There's a drive at the other end. Shot misses. Another offensive rebound. Polian is unbelievable. Out front it goes to Newbeath. His 3 is off the mark. Bandu the carom for Hutchinson. And Devontae to JJ. Now down to Houston, baseline right. Houston ball fakes, can't get back in. Gives it to Bandu. He's fouled. He is fouled by Jordan Newby. 2 free throws coming by Bandu. Devontae Bandu. 13 points to his credit and 2 very important free throws here. 8:42 to go.
Good young man from Toronto.
Free throw, no good.
He came a long way to play basketball in Hutchinson, Kansas. We're glad he's here.
One more shot for Bandu, who shoots 60% at the free throw line.
Blue Dragons have got to start boxing out on the other end. They've given up 17 offensive rebounds. Coach Eck will not be pleased.
Second shot, also missed and rebounded by Coffeyville. The Dragons have had a very poor night shooting free throws. Coffeyville very much a part of this game, down 5 with possession. Jordan Taylor out front, Wolf. Now it is Washington, a long 3, I mean really long, and a foul on the rebound. Nice job rebounding by Nuhu, and he got pounded to the floor. And that's the 10th foul, so 2 shots on every foul from here on.
That's right, Sal Nuhu will get to go to the line and shoot 2.
Made his last 2. Hutchinson 67, Coffeyville 62.
Coffeyville has a little bit of foul trouble. A couple players with 4.
And Nuhu hits.
Wolf has 3 fouls for Coffeyville.
68-62 Hutchinson.
No Blue Dragons have more than 3.
Second free throw, also good. How about this? Sal Nuhu, a 46% free throw shooter coming in, has hit 4 in a row.
He just needed to bank that one in to get him on track.
Washington pushes out front to Malik Keith. Gives it off to a challenge in the basket, Tedrick Wolf, and a foul call. And the basket goes in for Wolf, his 10th point, chance for a three-point play. Sal Nuhu committing the foul, his first. 69-64, Wolf can make it a 4-point Hutchinson advantage. And does. 69-65, 8:08 to go. Devontae Bandu and Rhymes facing pressure in the backcourt. Bandu gets it across the timeline. Bandu challenges the basket. A little floater up. Well, it goes in, but it won't count. Offensive foul on Nuhu. That is 4. I said Nuhu. Offensive foul on Bandu. That is 4.
That's a tough one because it's the 4th foul on Devontae Bandu, and it waved off a basket. That'll count as the 17th turnover committed by the Blue Dragons.
Coffeyville brings it up the floor. It is Malik Keith. Keith has the ball punched loose, taken away by Nuhu. He drives down. Wham! Sal Nuhu with a flush. And it's 71-65, and Sal Nuhu has provided a spark for the Dragons, no question.
There was no doubt about that one. He flushed it with authority.
Washington works against Cotton, brings it to forecourt, goes to the right, down the right side of the lane, gets his defender in the air, throws it up, and it's going to go in. And it's going to count, and another chance for a three-point play. I tell you what, this young man from Tulsa, Oklahoma is playing a tremendous game for Coffeyville.
He was very patient getting Tyler Cotton to jump in the air to attempt to block the shot on the fake.
And now he can tighten this back to a three-point game. Free throw up, bounces away. Hutchinson, McCarron, Samaje Haynes-Jones. Dragons by 4 with possession. 7:23 to go. Haynes-Jones out near the half-court line. To Rhymes on the left side. Now it is to the inside. Now Cotton, he puts up a long three, nowhere close. Rebound, Coffeyville. For the Ravens, Taylor now back out front. Ravens have been pretty patient. There's a long three-pointer. Good again, Travis Washington. Oh my goodness, 71-70. Hutchinson's lead is 1. Dragons go inside to Houston. Now off to Rhymes, bounces inside, left it short. Nuhu saves it with a good rebound, got fouled again. Nuhu is playing like a man possessed right now for the Dragons, who are looking in a lot of directions for offense.
Nuhu is getting more minutes tonight, and he's making the most of them.
Coffeyville will take a timeout. It'll be a full 1-minute break. The game very much in doubt. Hutchinson 71, Coffeyville 70. Back in 60 seconds.
Blue Dragons are being out-rebounded by the Red Ravens, 38-34, and the Blue Dragons have turned it over 17 times. Red Ravens only 10, but outstanding shooting by the Blue Dragons, who are 24 out of 45 from the field is enabling the Blue Dragons to maintain a slight lead.
71-70 with 2 free throws for Sal Nuhu. And the first one is missed. One more shot for the young man from the Bronx, New York.
That's the 13th free throw the Blue Dragons have missed. They're 17 of 30.
It's been a problem, but it hasn't shown up much because Hutchinson's been winning by such big margins. Nuhu does hit the second. He's made 5 of 6. 72-70, Coffeyville. A chance to tie or take the lead as they weave it out front. There's a backdoor play. Stolen by Nuhu. They tried the over-the-top lob, and Nuhu wasn't having any part of it. And now they call Nuhu for a carry. Coffeyville will get the basketball.
Let's go.
Warning has just been issued to the Hutchinson bench.
And the strange thing about the warning that came from the official who's clear on the opposite baseline from Kochak.
Ball inbounded by Coffeyville. A chance to tie or lead. Mike Cubbage to Taylor. Off to Washington, who's doing most of the damage. Washington takes it right. Dragons do a nice job covering him up. They go down deep. Polian in close. Hook shot ties the game. Greg Polian with his 14th point. 72-72, 6 minutes to play. J.J. Rhymes.
Whoever wins the last 6 minutes wins the game.
To Haynes Jones, back to J.J. Rhymes. Rhymes down deep, backing in Houston. No, it won't go for him. Shakur inexplicably has had a million of shots just roll away, and a rebound snared by Coffeyville. Coffeyville for the lead. Shot is way short. Missed badly by Polian. Rebounded by the Blue Dragons. 5:20 to play. Rhymes out front to Haynes Jones, to Rhymes. Now in the corner, now inside Nuhu. Nuhu, turnaround shot, off the bank, doesn't go. Rebound Coffeyville.
Coffeyville has attempted 20 more shots than the Blue Dragons. Blue Dragons have been more accurate.
Washington handles. Washington crosses over, drives, lost it, got it back. It's up for grabs. It's going to go out of bounds. It is Hutchinson's basketball. This game is all square at 72. 4:55 to go. Dragons' 20-game winning streak on the line.
This is where Samaje Haynes-Jones and Shakur Houston and J.J. Rhymes need to take over.
J.J. has it, dances inside, dishes it off to Houston, a wraparound layup, that time is good. Nice assist to J.J. 74-72 Hutch. For Coffeyville, out front Cubbage. Washington thinking about a three, backs up, shoots it from way behind the arc and gives the lead to Coffeyville.
That's 14 points for Washington this half. He now has 21.
He was at least 5 feet behind the three-point line. Dragons trail by 1. Haynes Jones, right side. J.J. challenges the basket, got fouled. That call goes on Travis Washington, who is playing a wonderful basketball game. J.J. to the free throw line with 2. 2 shots on every foul because Coffeyville over the 10 foul limit.
Looks like they charged that one to Cubbage.
Free throw good. Hutchinson ties it at 75.
Just get the feeling that Rhymes, Houston, and Haynes-Jones will the Blue Dragons to victory.
Second free throw good. Hutchinson regains a 1-point lead. 2 clutch free throws by Rhymes. Washington drives, backs up, plays to Wolf. Now to Taylor. Back to Washington, right side of the floor. Starts a drive on Bandu, who has to be careful with 4 fouls. Now Cubbage has it, darts inside, misses in close, rebound. Dragons try to save it, it's up for grabs, picked up by Coffeyville. Polian challenges, puts it up, doesn't get it, foul called on the Dragons. Boy, the loose basketballs have gone to Coffeyville in this basketball game.
Oh, now they're going to say that was basket interference, so score the basket, and he gets to go for an and one.
And Coach Eck is real close to getting over the line with this one particular official who just made that call.
That's also the fourth foul whistle against Kai Mitchell.
His free throw is missed. And Hutchinson rebounds the miss. 3.5 to play. Coffeyville leads Hutch by 1. Hutchinson with the basketball. And trying to force it inside, Mitchell turns it over. Threw it right into the belly of Greg Polian, who holds on. Coffeyville by 1 with the basketball, 3:15 to play. And trouble with the ball. Washington gives it up out front. Cubbage dances all the way to the basket, scores it. Too easy. Mike Cubbage gives Coffeyville a 3-point lead. And Hutchinson has to spend a timeout. 3 minutes to go on a basketball game. The Dragons in danger, in the most danger they have been of losing a basketball game this season. We'll take 60 seconds.
Lots of excitement at the sports arena. Blue Dragons find themselves behind by 3 points with 3 minutes to play.
Dragons with the basketball. A very, very important possession here. Down 3. Still a lot of time. Samaji Haynes-Jones plays to Bandu. Coffeyville with his own. Haynes-Jones for 3. It is not there. Rebounded off the floor by Houston. He throws up a wild shot, doesn't get it. And a whistle on the rebound and a foul on Hutchinson. Foul on the rebound is on J.J. Rhymes. And we will go to the other end because the Dragons have committed now 8 fouls, and this will be a 1-and-1 for Tedrick Wolf, who is a 72% free throw shooter. Chance to make it a 2-possession game. And he does just that. The lead for Coffeyville is 4. One more shot coming for Wolf. And we'll see if the Dragons can come back from 5 down, because that's the deficit they face. 2:45 to go. Haynes-Jones gives it off to Houston. Houston back in the corner to Bandu, playing with 4 fouls. Bandu cross court to Haynes-Jones. Back to Bandu, darts into the middle, gives it to Kai Mitchell. Mitchell doubled up, gets it across the lane, and it's out of bounds to Hutchinson, or lost by Hutchinson.
Still 10 seconds on the shot
clock. They're going to give it to Hutchinson.
Hutchinson keeps possession.
J.J. inbounds, Haynes-Jones there, and the basket, and a foul. Haynes-Jones got right next to the basket, handled the pass, scored it to pull the Dragons within 3, and a free throw coming.
It was a defensive breakdown by the Red Ravens. Inexplicably, Haynes-Jones just stood wide open next to the rim.
And now the free throw. It's good. Hutchinson within 2. Coffeyville basketball. 2:20 to go. Acceleration by Washington. He takes it from a long way away, doesn't get it. Dragons rebound the miss. I can't believe Herkelman wanted that shot. Now Samaje out between the circles. Possessions are precious. Fakes the three, travels.
19 turnovers committed by the Blue Dragons, and that one really hurt with just 2 minutes remaining in the game, down 2 points.
Let's go, Red. Let's go.
Dragons need a stop. Ball will be inbounded from right in front of us by Washington, who has played so effectively. Inbounds it and then takes it back. Works to the right side. Off to Taylor. Now Keith with it. Malik out front, goes behind a pick. Comes back to Wolf. Washington almost triggered a three from way behind the arc. Now shovels it off to Keith. 7 to shoot. They're a long ways away. And a foul call. A foul call on Haynes Jones.
You can hear the fans are definitely into this game. Haynes Jones was in a textbook defensive stance, but the official said he reached.
Malik Keith shoots the last 1-and-1 of this basketball game and makes it. So it is 82 to 79. One more shot. Coffeyville misses the second one. Hutchinson the rebound. Dragons down 3, 1:34 to go. J.J. Rhymes dances inside. Foul called en route. It is on Washington. Second foul on Travis. And 2 free throws for J.J. Rhymes.
The last few minutes, the Blue Dragons have been rebounding much better again. Now let's see if they can knock down free throws.
Rhymes' shot is good. He has another to pull Hutch within 1. It is good. 82-81 Coffeyville. Ravens with the basketball. 1:24 to go. Walking it up is Washington. Jay Herkelman, the coach of Coffeyville, wants a timeout. We'll take the break too. Back in 1 minute.
The Blue Dragons have got to find a way to stop Travis Washington, who has 21 points in this game, but 14 in the second half. He's been hot. So the Blue Dragons definitely want to corral him.
1:21 is an eternity in the game of basketball. Coffeyville will inbound, leading by 1, 82-81, 23 seconds to go. They inbound in forecourt. Toss it in the backcourt to Malik Keith, guarded by Haynes Jones. Now it comes off to Washington. Now does Taylor with it, 15 to shoot. Now Washington fakes the three, tosses it back to Taylor. Drives, dishes it in the middle. And now it goes to the wing, and a shot from the wing is missed. Tipped up and in. Tipped up and in by Tedrick Wolf. Wow, what an offensive rebound.
Huge rebound and put back on the tip.
Coffeyville by 3. We're down to 50 seconds to go. Dragons don't have to shoot 2. Bandu goes up in the air. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2. But the best he can do is pull Hutchinson within 1.
Fourth personal foul whistled against Jordan Taylor. All of them in the second half.
Bandu, 1 of 4 at the free throw line, but a better free throw shooter than that. It gets very quiet. Good.
47.9 seconds remaining in this regulation.
One more shot for Bandu. This to make it a 1-point game. Up. Good. Now Hutchinson will take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. Hutchinson within 1, Coffeyville with the basketball when we return in half a minute. Well, Hutchinson, work yet to be done. The Dragons trail 84-83, 47.9 seconds remaining.
Throughout the timeout, Coach Eck clearly articulated to the Blue Dragons the importance of getting a stop and a rebound here.
Yeah, they have given up so many offensive rebounds in this game. That's been the difference.
18 offensive rebounds collected by the Red Ravens.
The order of business, though, first thing, get a stop. Coffeyville has 30 seconds to work with, obviously. The Dragons will put some full court pressure on. 47.9 seconds to go. Ball comes in to Travis Washington. Washington comes up the floor. Steps across the half-court line. Bounces it off to Polian. Now does Keith with it. Now that's on the left side of the floor. At the free throw line, Taylor. Back out front, Polian. 10 to shoot. It is Washington with it. Washington, 5 to shoot. Pulls up, fires, doesn't get it. Dragons with the rebound. Outlet pass to Bandu. Bandu to the basket. Got it stripped away by Washington. Now Coffeyville has 11 seconds to go and the Dragons have to foul.
Oh,
and
my.
They do.
Oh my. The Dragons, such a wonderful defensive stop, but then they turn it over.
And it was Travis Washington that stripped it away at the last minute on the drive to the basket that looked as though it would give Hutchinson the lead. He has been a marvelous performer all night long. Now it will be Tedrick Wolf to shoot 2 shots.
Yep, 10 fouls against the Blue Dragons, so it's 2-shot foul.
First one is good. He is 4 of 4 at the free throw line. Hutchinson coach Steve Eck wants a timeout. So far, nobody has given it.
Wolf certainly looked calm on that first free throw.
Coach Eck is going to get a timeout. Full timeout. When we go back to play, Hutchinson will be down 2 with Coffeyville shooting 1 more free throw. We're going to take half of that 1-minute timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Blue Dragons still have 1 timeout remaining. 10.9 seconds. Red Ravens on the line to shoot the second of the 2-shot foul. The Red Ravens lead it by 2.
Tedrick Wolf to give Coffeyville a 3-point lead with 10.9 seconds to go. And now you have to consider the possibility that Coffeyville might put a little pressure on, make the Dragons take some time to get to the forecourt, and then foul, not allowing the 3-point shot.
Yeah, it's an ongoing debate as to whether you should foul when you're up 3 to prevent the opponent from tying it up on a 3-point basket. at the college level, I don't think that's a bad strategy.
All right, this for a three-point lead. Wolf's free throw is airborne, and it is good. 3-point Coffeyville lead. Now the Dragons have to think about three. Bandu lets it roll. Gives it off to Haynes Jones. Haynes Jones from way deep. No good. Rebound tapped out front. Another chance for the Dragons. Another three. Short. A tip shot is up and good. 1.3 seconds remain. Hutchinson within one. Hutchinson takes a timeout, but there's only 1.3 seconds to go. Wow. It is a tough situation for Hutchinson. You have to somehow successfully deny the inbounds pass.
Right. You want to get a 5 count if possible. However, Coffeyville still has 2 timeouts remaining, so even if you deny for 5 seconds, they'll just take a timeout at the 4 count.
So Coffeyville has come into the sports arena and is 1.3 seconds away from defeating the Blue Dragons. It would be the first loss of the season for Hutchinson, and it would be a tough one to swallow, a game that Hutchinson led by 15 at one point in the first half. But Coffeyville just kept plugging away, and with marvelous performances by Travis Washington and by Tedrick Wolf, the Red Ravens have won the second half.
The Blue Dragons got 2 good 3-point scoring opportunities. Samaje Haynes-Jones. The first one was pretty long. He pulled up probably 30 feet away. He probably had a little bit more time to take another dribble and get a little closer on the first attempt. Blue Dragons got an offensive rebound. He got a second attempt. And then Shakur Justin picked up that rebound and decided to go ahead and put it in for 2.
All right, Samaje Haynes-Jones is playing back deep to prevent the long toss. Basically, all Coffeyville has to do is get it inbounds. A Hutchinson foul sends it to the other end of the court.
Touchdown.
They throw it long, and it is caught, and that'll be the ball game. Hutchinson commits a foul. I don't think they'll shoot any free throws. Coffeyville has come into the sports arena and ended the Blue Dragons' 20-game win streak. Our final score, Coffeyville 86, Hutchinson 85. A tremendous second half performance by the Red Ravens, and the first taste of defeat by the Blue Dragons, who still lead the race in the Jayhawk West by 4 full games. But a disappointment for sure. But we knew at the start of this basketball season it was going to be tough to go through this conference 2 times without tasting defeat. Coffeyville comes to the arena, gets the job done. A 2-minute break, and we'll be back. Can't read this. 44. For the fourth time in the history of this proud program at Hutchinson Community College, the Blue Dragons have won 20 games in a row, but it will go no farther in 2017 because the Coffeyville Red Ravens come to the sports arena, managed to erase a 15-point deficit in the first half, kept plugging away, and finally prevail over the Blue Dragons by a score of 86-85. The win kind of salvages this basketball season a little bit for Coffeyville. They came in having lost 5 of their last 6 games. Go figure. But tonight they were a very, very good basketball team. Travis Washington and his running mate out front, Tedrick Wolf, bordered on spectacular. Greg Polian was very good on the inside. And the Blue Dragons simply didn't have enough firepower to keep up and wind up losing a tough one, 86-85. So the Blue Dragons now find themselves 20-1 on the basketball season. They are 16-1 in the conference, still at least 4 games in front of everybody. So the loss is not that significant in the long-term scheme of things. Probably will cost Hutchinson its number 2 national ranking, but a marvelous job has been done by this basketball team working its way through the conference to this point. It will be interesting to see how the Blue Dragons respond. Their next basketball action will be Wednesday, a trip to Neosho. And the Blue Dragons, I think, can hope to have James Poppy Conley back by then. Conley injured. It was debatable whether he would miss 1 game or 2. He missed the game tonight. Hopefully he can return next week. If not, the Blue Dragons will have to do without their leader. And I think Conley would have been a steadying influence tonight, but not to take a thing away from Coffeyville's Red Ravens, because over the final, let's say 23, 24 minutes of the basketball game, they were very, very good. Coffeyville wins at 86-85. It is time for the Medicine Shop game capsule. The Medicine Shop, that pharmacy you'll find at 14th and Main. Friendly folks on the inside, competitive prices, free delivery, convenient location. It's just a terrific place, folks. If you're looking for a pharmacy, you'll love the Medicine Shop. Coach Knack, looking at the numbers, we'll get his thoughts in just a moment. Again, first loss of the season for the Blue Dragons, and a disappointing one in front of a Hall of Fame crowd, a nice crowd on a Saturday night in the sports arena. But very few teams get through a basketball season without a loss. And the key for Hutchinson now is going to be, how do they respond to defeat? That's something they haven't had to do all season long.
You said it earlier, before the season started, most people would have said, hey, 4 or 5 losses will probably win the region this year.
And it would, I think.
And so the Blue Dragons have definitely exceeded expectations to this point. And they just came up 1 point short tonight after leading by 8 at halftime. But that second half, the Red Ravens really hit the glass hard and out-rebounded the Blue Dragons in the second half. Gave themselves a few more possessions. Blue Dragons turned it over 20 times to only 11 turnovers for the Red Ravens. And those 9 possessions ended up being critical. Also, the Blue Dragons were just 25 of 38 from the free throw line. A couple of more of those free throws, the game goes the other direction.
And a 2 rebound advantage for Coffeyville too, but more telling, 19 offensive boards to 12 for Hutch.
Exactly. Well, leading all scorers in this game for the Red Ravens, Travis Washington, 22 points, including 15 in the second half. Also, 17 points for his running mate, Tedrick Wolf. 15 of those came in the second half. 16 points scored by Greg Polian, 13 by Malik Keith. Mike Cubbage scored 6. Jordan Taylor chipped in 3. Trey Kalina, who started the game off hot, ended up with 8 points. Devontae Robinson with 1 point. It adds up to 86 for the Coffeyville Red Ravens. For the Hutchinson Blue Dragons, J.J. Rhymes led the scoring with 17. Devontae Bandu, 15 points. Samaje Haynes-Jones, 13. Shakur Justin, 10. Tyler Cotton scored 8. Fatir Hines 3, Sal Nuhu 9, Kai Mitchell 6, and Nikola Shechik scored 4. Just 1 point short for the Blue Dragons.
And I think in the disappointment of the first loss of the season, it will be hard to remember some positives, but I think it's important to point out the contribution that Sal Nuhu made to this basketball team in the second half. When the Dragons were really struggling, Nuhu came in, gave them some good minutes, wound up with 9 points on the night, did a good job at the free throw line where he has not excelled so far this season, made 5 of 6. And so I think Coach Eck will become a little bit more confident in using Sal Nuhu. The Dragons had the inside pretty much taken away from them by Coffeyville tonight. And the Dragons, who have not been an outstanding three-point shooting team, weren't bad tonight, 6 of 16. That's a better percentage than Hutchinson normally shoots from 3. But in the end, it was just Coffeyville with the extra possessions by the extra rebounds. Coffeyville with the extra possessions gained by holding their turnover count down to 11. And Hutchinson picking up 20. And then those offensive boards, and so many of those offensive boards were turned not only back into baskets, but back into and one situations.
19 offensive rebounds collected by the Coffeyville Red Ravens, and that proved to turn into some extra points for the Red Ravens, and they needed every one of them.
You know, I know coaches who will say that a loss doesn't hurt you. A loss can actually help you. And for Blue Dragon basketball fans, that's what they hope. Because this basketball team that looked absolutely unbeatable, and I was guilty of talking about how good and unbeatable I thought this basketball team was, now finds out that it can be had if it doesn't play to its very, very best. And I think Coach Eck will be here and say, hey, we didn't play to our best, but Coffeyville came in here and Coffeyville just flat beat us. Our visit with Coach Eck still down the road a ways as the crowd files out, and it was a spectacular Saturday night crowd.
Big crowd and an energetic crowd. Lots of energy in the arena tonight for both the men's game and the women's game. Let's not forget, Blue Dragon women picked up an important win.
79-45.
Big win, won decisively.
So John Onch's Lady Blue Dragons continues tied with Seward atop the pack in the Jayhawk with just one loss. The Blue Dragon men with now their first loss. We're going to take a 1-minute break, still in the game portion of our broadcast. We'll be back with more. Obviously, Coach Eck with a lot of things to talk about to his basketball team, a basketball team that may well have started feeling that they were invulnerable. And tonight, Coffeyville, with an outstanding effort, managed to beat a very good basketball team by 86-85. Blue Dragon women, as Coach Knack told you, they were tremendous. The defense of the Blue Dragon women has separated themselves, in my eyes, from the rest of the people in the conference, probably even including Seward, with whom they are tied. Seward came in here about 2 weeks ago and just were pummeled by the Lady Blue Dragons, but that avenged a loss by Hutchinson in the first game of the conference season at Liberal. Blue Dragon men still very, very comfortable. Coach Eck right now trying to make this a learning experience and saying, hey, the important games are still in front of us. And I've heard it said by many coaches, the most important game is the next one.
Well, you have to keep looking ahead. That's why the windshield's bigger than the rear view mirror. Can't change the outcome of this one now. All you can do is learn from it and keep getting better. But a lot to be proud of for the Blue Dragon men. 20-1 is an amazing accomplishment to this point. One basket goes the other direction. In this game, everybody's happy and everybody's celebrating in Hutchinson.
And Devontae Bandu, and I'm certainly not picking on Devontae, he played a marvelous game, but he came down with a chance to give the Dragons a lead on a drive to the basket and just got stripped of the basketball by Travis Washington. Tremendous play by the young man from Tulsa. Dragons couldn't get it done. Coach Eck is on his way to our broadcast position. We'll go ahead and close out the game portion. Again, 86-85, the final. Coffeyville wins it. We'll be right back with Coach Eck.
Coach Eck. Good. It was.
We are joined by Hutchinson coach Steve Eck, and coach, for the first time, we don't have a win to talk about.
No, we could talk about the Coffeyville's win, but that's not fun to talk about. So,
what did you think?
I mean, obviously Coffeyville won the ball game pretty bad, and we had a 12-point lead the first half with a minute to go. We could have scored the last 4 points, made it a 16-point lead, but instead we gave up 4 points on a bad pass down the court and a foul at the end of the half. So they got 4 points and cut it to 8, and they gave them some breathing room. They gave them a little confidence.
They were really good on the offensive glass.
Oh, they were really good. Yeah, we didn't block that very well. We weren't strong enough when they're pushing us. We weren't strong enough to withhold that forearm, and we did a terrible job on the defense board. Just a terrible job. And that was, I told the guys yesterday in practice that you give them one shot, you'll win the ball game. You give them 2 shots, it's gonna be tough, and it was tough.
Needed to hit some outside shots. They didn't fall.
No, we didn't have a very good shooting night from our guards. Devontae, was not afraid, but he got foul trouble. I mean, obviously we missed Poppy, but that's the way it goes. And Tyler Cotton came in and did a nice job, but Smaji had probably his worst game of the year.
You got a pretty good performance from Sal Nuhu in the second half.
Yeah, Sal played pretty good. Had a turnover on the dribble. We had a chance to go up, and he had a turnover on down the court. He's supposed to pass the ball on the court and wants to dribble the basketball, so that's not good either. But give Coffeyville credit. They came in and they were down, and they fought their way back into it, and we missed free throws to give them an opportunity to get ahead of us, and that's what happened.
What was the attitude in the dressing room?
Well, obviously they're disappointed, but I mean, there's no reason to be disappointed. I mean, we just got out hustled by Coffeyville. I mean, even though it was a 1-point game, like Coach Knack said, we make an extra free throw, or we make, Kai Mitchell, shooting the ball well at the free throw line. He's 0 for 4, and Devontae's 3 for 6. So there you got 2 good free throw shooters that were 3 for 10. So.
And yet you came down the floor. Devontae on a drive to the basket got stripped right at the end. A lot of people thought a foul could have been called.
We we got to finish those shots. I mean, we got a good stop on defensive end. He came in and we had a break and we had a layup, and then the guy comes from out of bounds and gets the ball, and we just you can't let the outside influences determine the ball game. You got to determine the ball game yourself. You can't depend on what's going to be called. You just got to take care of yourself, so that if it does get close, it doesn't matter. And we had a chance to go up by one right there. Doesn't mean we could have gone up by one and they could have came down and scored anyway. You never know. But nonetheless, we had a chance to go ahead there, and got stripped, I guess, and we'll leave it at that.
First game I can remember all season long where I thought the Dragons got outscored in the paint.
Yeah, we're very soft in the paint. I mean, Nick was sick. Nick was sick, and he couldn't go. Big Nick, that hurts us. And then we try to front the post, and we get hooked, and we get a foul call on us. So I mean, we just didn't do a good job. I mean, we got foul trouble, Shakur, and once Shakur gets caught fouls, he quits playing defense, and Kai got 4 fouls, and so anyway, it's they scored inside against us, and that was I mean their guards scored too, so I mean they have good inside outside balance.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back and get final thoughts from Coach Eck after this. Well, I told Coach Knack, and it's an old saying and a trite saying, but the most important game is probably the next one.
Yeah, you're only as good as your next game. We have a tough one going to Neosho, and that's going to be a tough game to play at Neosho. And Coffeyville came in here, lost 3 in a row, and they didn't want to lose 4 in a row, and we didn't. We matched it for a while, but we just didn't have the same intensity level that we needed to have the entire game. And when you go 20-0. Teams tend to lose a little bit of that edge, and as a coach, you try to get into where they keep the edge going, but it's hard. But now we have to go to Neosho, and it's going to be a tough one.
Well, we knew the second trip through the conference was probably going to be tougher than the first. It'd be nice to go. You've played awfully well on the road so far.
Except for at Pratt last game. I don't know if the guys are getting a little nervous, uptight, or feeling a little pressure on them by being 20-0. I don't know. What we don't want to do is a repeat from last year where we lost a couple games in a row. We don't want that to happen. So we're going to have to regroup and be a team. And I thought we had some selfishness out there tonight. It was obvious, and we're going to have to pull together and be a team.
Coach, good luck next week.
Thanks for everybody coming out. It was a great crowd. Thank you, everybody.
Comments of Hutchinson coach Steve Eck as the Blue Dragons drop a tough one, 86-85 to Coffeyville. We'll take a final break. Still in the Coach's Show. Be back to wrap things up. Say anything? Okay. I wonder if Glenn's going to wants us to take this amp. It was left here.
I think I better pack it up because we're on the road Wednesday.
Well, but well, yeah,
Or this is another.
this is the